to the JTJ Show. I'm Jeremiah, and today I have two very special guests with me here today. Would y'all mind introducing yourselves?
Well, my name is Waleed Coyote. Thank you for allowing us to be here. First and foremost, CEO of Others Records, was on the radio 17 years on 102 Jams. And, just can't wait to get this started. We're here.
EJ, and I'm a black entrepreneur.
Well, today I have some questions for you all, if you all wouldn't mind answering. So first, how can music and the arts play a role in empowering and inspiring youth today?
Well, the youth really inspire the arts. The youth drive the culture. The youth is everything when it comes to modern day art. It's your time, it's your vision, it's your era. So that's what we see. We see the arts as something very youthful.
Yeah, and I agree. Without the youth, there's no culture. I mean, y'all are the culture.
So in order to change the arts from what I'm hearing, and in order to change the culture, you saying the kids have to change first?
Well, really, it's yeah. The kids have to change first. But what I learned on radio a long time ago, which stands true to commercializing music, not like a certain genre of music, but the commercial aspect of it. It follows what's going on the streets. It follows the trends. It follows the fashions. Music is really like it's a soundtrack to your life and the moment. So everybody's gonna have that. Like right now, what's your favorite song, for example?
Probably that song from Drake. It was like, I think it's called like Chicago Freestyle or something.
Okay, right. So like, but in 10 years from now, you're gonna look back at that moment. You're gonna relive that moment, that nostalgia. That music is everything, but it's also really in that time span when you first heard the record, and the record reflects on what's going on the street or wherever culture's going on at the time.
Mm, I never thought of it that way.
Well, I think is as young artists come out and you start rapping about what's going on in y'all life and what y'all about, then it's gonna change like that. It's like pretty much hatred. Like man, it has its time to wear out, and as it wears out, our culture, our time is going, and y'all time, y'all the new kids on the block.
Yeah, I see that. Could you share a story of an artist from your label and who uses their platform to address important social issues or inspires positive change?
Yeah, I can think of a couple, but mainly when you say inspire positive change or somebody that takes a stand, first thing I think of is Bryson Gray, who was Be Serious, was part of 336 Boys. I started working with them at when they were like 15 years old, and him and Luke Nasty were in a group together. And Bryson was very adamant about how he wanted to be portrayed. And Bryson took, I really look up to Bryson because he ended up really, really exceeding, the potential people thought of him, and he did it his way. And I knew it was going to take him a little bit longer, right? So Bryson was a guy. I remember a long time ago. I tell the story all the time where I had actually a record deal for them for a song they did called "Twerk Time," and at the time, L.A. Reid had just was, Twerk was just going crazy. How old this is? Like this was like Twerk was just beginning, in that era of being commercial, and he didn't want to be represented no more in this genre. But Luke was ready to get out there. Luke Nasty was like, "Yo, I'm ready to go," But Bryson was like, "No, I want to switch up my whole flow and my whole style to this." And I told him it's going to take you a bit longer because commercial music is right now. They want this. They want to go ahead and sign you right now. He didn't want to take the deal. That deal ended up going to K Stylis, and actually K Stylis sold more than Travis Scott the first year on Epic. This is a true story. But what happens is years later, Bryson starts supporting Trump, starts becoming a Christian rapper, starts doing things that people that was around him felt like it wasn't it. Outside of Luke, Luke loved him. You know what I'm saying? They're still brothers to this day. And years later, Bryson started charting number one records, left and right. And right now we distribute Bryson. Bryson had the number one Christian album. Recently he worked with one of the biggest artists in the world, just flew him out to write 3 songs for him, and he took a stand. It wasn't popular at the time what he was doing. Even his own community was going against him, because they felt a different way, about his stance. You know, yeah. So that's one example of just we got a lot more, but we got time limit today. So
Yeah, I feel like I can resonate with that a little bit, like especially as a 16-year-old, because constantly in the schools and especially doing the new cool and being the president of it and running the whole thing and constantly being in schools and talking to people and being in like I've been on the news and everything. I constantly get pushback when I go to school. They're like, "Why you not acting like us? Why you acting like you too good for us now?" And I feel like being different is it's just it's worth it.
Absolutely.
A lot of people think it's not gonna be worth it, but Buster Brown always told me that there's two different kinds of work. You can do the work for the world, or you can do the real work.
That's right.
And that real work is following God and His path that He got for you. And when you find that path and you start doing that real work, it may not lead you to like the fame, the fortune, and everything, but it'll lead you to a better world than you've ever seen. And it could be a better world for your kids, kids, kids.
For sure.
Your heart full, man. Heart full.
Thank you. In the industry often associated with competition, how do you foster a sense of collaboration and community among your artists?
A community like well let's elaborate on that question. When you say like a community, mean like within the label or within the community or that what they represent?
So how do you get your artists to like involve the community and to like try to inspire them to do something? Or
Well, number one is that if I'm gonna deal with you on a one-on-one basis and you're gonna sign to me and I'm gonna take your career and we're gonna go to the next level together because I'm not up there rapping, right? So it takes a lot to be a rapper. It takes a lot to be an artist. It takes a lot to be a singer. Number one is you have to go to your audience. If you're not out there and you're not touching the audience, you're not out there doing shows, you're not chasing the audience, then I can't deal with you because the money is going to come after your audience comes. Another lesson I learned on radio was that we went to the biggest crowds. So you're going to go to the biggest spots with the biggest crowds, and even if you don't get on, you're going to meet the DJ. You're going to see the fans. You're going to take pictures. Because if you don't do that, you don't have that hustle spirit, then I can't really deal with you on that level. If we're going to get to the next level, you know, you're not Drake till you're Drake. You're not Lil Wayne till you're Lil Wayne. You know, so
yeah,
you have to understand that. And if you don't have that mindset, then I'm going to keep going because there's a difference between a hit artist, right, and a superstar,
yeah,
an A-lister versus a C-lister, or whether they like your song or they like you, or whether they like you and they don't want to hear your music. You're famous on Instagram, you know. Forgive me, you might be big on OnlyFans, but they don't want to hear you rap. Your fans only want what they want from you.
mm,
So you could post a picture and have 10 million likes, right? But you can't get one download. And I've dealt, and I don't even want to air out people that I've had problems with because I'm not even that type of person. But I've had problems with major celebrities that I might have signed that people go crazy for, and I don't broadcast my negative stuff because I stay away from that.
yeah,
But I've had spent a lot of money on people that have millions of followers but can't get 10 downloads, right? But think that they're Instagram famous, right? But then I've had an artist who might not get 100 likes, but guess what? We're doing 10,000, 20,000 a month profit. You know, it's a big difference on the business side of what they want from you. And if you don't give them what they want from you, then you're gonna disappear. And they're only gonna remember your song. They're not even gonna remember you no more. So that's why you have to hit the ground running. That's why you have to know what's going on, and you have to keep constantly working because the crowd changes. Your crowd might be into anime now, right? They might be into something else, and then next year gangster rap, or next year we not even want this no more, or females are taking over. Whatever, you got to keep going.
yeah. So what would you say to these youth that want to pursue rap, like want to pursue the music industry? How would you like help them get started?
Man, number one, I'm gonna tell them is don't do it unless you committed to it, 100%. Because like for me, it's the difference between a hobby. That's why I thank God that we sold millions of records, and I thank God that I made it because. And when I say made it, made my goals. Now I don't compare myself to nobody else, but this area here, we started a movement here before anybody popped, before anybody went independent. No disrespect to J. Cole. First time I met him, I said, bro, I never seen you in no open mics. I never seen you come knock on the door at 102 Jams and say, play my record. You know, God bless him though. I love what he did. But there's certain people that were given opportunities on a major level. We had to create from the ground up, the grass up. So I would tell somebody, if you're not ready to commit your life to it, then don't do it. Now, if you want to do it, study the greats. Watch the greats. If you want to be the best exec, watch the best execs. Their story. You want to be the best rapper? Look at the best rappers out today and see what they could, how you could fit in, what the game is missing, or what the game needs. You know, like one thing I tell everybody: the simple formula for hit records is listen to the Apple Music Top 10 list and go do songs exactly like that. If you're a producer, go do a beat just like that number one song. You feel me? Go give us that Chicago freestyle, but give us a Greensboro freestyle or a High Point freestyle. Make it appear to you, but you could literally like just take a song and redo it. That's how I got here.
That's right.
Just
That's
take
right.
it.
That's right.
Sorry, slide over.
It's 5 P's in every industry, man. Proper preparation prevents poor performance. And if youngins take that mold, man, and just stay true to themselves, it's everything else gonna come within time. You know what I mean? Everything else is gonna come within time.
Now, before we started this podcast, you had a very interesting story that kind of touched me as well. Would you mind sharing that story again?
A little bit, maybe a little bit. Um, Everybody is raised differently. Everybody's raised differently, go through different things and different outlooks on life. It's not really where you come from. It's pretty much where you've been. And we had a little rough start. We started out. My mom got killed in '98. I killed the guy that killed my mother. Went to prison. Went to jail. In and out. And we came home and you try to get your life together, but you start seeing a whole lot of obstacles. My story is based on triumph. Putting God first, putting Allah first, and just doing what I do for me. And we blessing people every day. And it's a saying that my uncle, he's a mayor in South Boston. He said, Everett, you're blessed because you have blessed, and I truly believe in that. And this is where we at right now. So
So, for kids who deal with things like that on the day-to-day basis, you've clearly have overcome it and have become, I would say, pretty. You have beat your situation. How is there like any tips or advice that you could give to a kid facing this?
be strong. Be strong. Know yourself. Know your weaknesses. Know what makes you stronger. Know everything about you. If you got a weakness and you know that that means you harm, then you stay away from that. You can't control other people, but you can control the situation. You can control yourself. Like, hey, look, it might be at this club today. I don't need to be there because that's what's happening there. And I mean, literally how I keep myself out of drama and turmoil is just staying away from different things that I know that's not meant for me. God don't want for me. And I think if a child does that or a kid does that or a parent teaches a child to do that, then they're going to move different. They're going to end up moving with a purpose instead of with a obstacle.
Mm. Well, that's all my questions for today. I very appreciate you all for taking time out of your day to come on my show.
We appreciate you, bro.
Yeah.
Well, I'm Jeremiah Jet, and this is the JTJ Show. And
JTJ Show. It's Waleed Coyote and
It's
Ej.
an EJ.
And Buster B, the legend. Can I just give this man some flowers, bro,
Yeah,
real
go
quick?
ahead.
Can I
You
tell
give
you,
us
bro?
flowers.
Listen, man, I used to be starstruck around this dude when I came into the radio station because when I was growing up, this was one of my heroes right here. Because we used to talk about this dude in high school. Because Buster B was like, he was not the normal. So when you listen to the radio, he used to make the radio jump out. So when I got on radio, it was like, I'm going to be like that guy. You know what I'm saying? More than anybody. Like, because he just took it to another level. You know what I'm saying? So now for also, he's one of the people that challenged me to give back to the community. And at the time, I was running so crazy with the music and trying to make it that in real life, bro, I wasn't even thinking about empowering the community like we are now. Like you said something real today, Buster B, about the voice, and you're not even knowing you the voice. You don't even know you're the voice. How about that for most rappers out there? They don't even know. They have no clue they're the voice. And then so I just want to thank bro for being big bro.
Thank you, Waleed.
My G.
I always give him his props as well because I credit him for everything I am today because he helped me change, he helped me evolve, he helped me learn. Because probably about, I would say, 6-7 years ago, I was not in a situation.
So listen, bro, right here, while we got the cameras rolling, we got VVS in the building. She's up and coming rapper straight from Winston-Salem, right? So this is a lot of firsts here, right? She's rapping. She's gonna be somebody. She's already somebody, but big. So give me your 5 years from now. Where do you see yourself 5 and 10 years from now?
5 to 10 years
Yeah,
from
I
now.
got the cameras rolling. Let's go. Gonna hold
5
you
to
to
10
it.
years
Get on
to
up,
now.
Alex.
5 to 10 years to now. I expect to be running the new cool, and we will be bigger than any nonprofit organization. We will be the biggest youth empowerment nonprofit organization. And I probably will. I plan to do real estate behind it, so that way I can get buildings, so that way if kids need some kind of resource or some kind of center for them to escape home or like their situation, they can come to the new cool building and just come relax, come chill, come hang out with kids like minded, come play basketball, come just be themselves and know their voice matters. So that's my 5 to 10 years.
So you know what's beautiful about that? That's your dream, right? You dreaming that. So in 2 years, you're gonna start being able to touch it. And after you touch it, you know what I mean?
What?
You can have it.
I see some politics in the future, bro. You gonna run for president or what? What we doing? Come on.
Ever since I started this organization, everybody been telling me I should run for president. Because when I first started learning communication skills, Buster Brown was like, "This is our next president."
I'm telling you, when I'm
That's
listening
what
to
it
talk,
is.
I'd rather vote
That's
for
what
him
it
now
is.
than what we got right now.
And then he's been saying he probably going. He always says I'm gonna be probably one of the greatest public speakers to ever grace this earth. I was like, I believe it, and I'm gonna work hard. I'm working as hard as I possibly can, and it's every day I hear people that believe in me, and I change people's lives every single day. Every time I go speak, it's some kid that comes up to me and be like, I was touched by what you said to me, and can we hang out after? Can I get your numbers so we can communicate? Like it's constantly, and I appreciate everything that happens, and I know it's nothing but God, and I'm gonna just keep working and work as hard as I possibly can.
That's what's up. I like that.
Well, this was the JTJ Show. I want to thank you all for listening. I want to thank you all for taking time to come out of your day to come speak with me. I want to thank you and you all for coming, and especially Buster Brown. And